this is what makes product testing wonderful because, I like something, but my audience is like, no, we're not feeling it. And if I always go off of what I like and not think about them, I probably wouldn't have a business. Hi, this is Rolande Sumner, and I am the owner and founder of Butter Angels. And today we're going to talk about the product testing results for the new body oil. So before I get started on the results itself, I want to thank all of my product testers, past, present, and future. I do appreciate all of your attention to detail, all of your hard work, and I really do appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to give me feedback openly in the Facebook group about the product. To be a product tester of Butter Angels, you have had to purchase in the last 12 months, be active in the group in some way. So you need to have liked, viewed, commented. And if you posted, that's excellent. And you need to agree that you're going to try the product and provide feedback in a reasonable amount of time. And so one of the things that we had to test was the product itself. And so the body oil is, it was formulated to be lightweight but effective, and so that you only have to use a little bit at a time. You don't have to use a great deal. It's made with evening primrose, rice bran oil, and mongongo oil. And then there's some fragrance added to it. And as you can see, you only need a couple of drops, and it's very thin. It's running already. And you just rub your hands together and moisturize any area that needs to be moisturized. And as you can see, it leaves a nice little sheen, and it leaves your skin soft, but it's not sticky. I didn't make it to be sticky. The second thing they had to try out are the new fragrances. So earlier in the summer, my audience said that they want to try some new fragrances because I've been using lemongrass and lavender and rose for the last year and a half. And so they're like, well, do you have any new fragrances for the products? Because we're kind of getting bored. I'm going to keep lavender and lemongrass, and rose has been discontinued. But I was like, absolutely, let's try some new fragrances. And it took me a while to get it together. But I found 6 fragrances that I thought that were in line for what they were asking. And I found them to be enjoyable. What I did was I labeled all 6 testers. Mind you, each tester is the same formula. It's just broken up into 6 little parts. So everybody gets the exact same body oil, but then they get different fragrances. So there are 3 volunteers, and each of them gets 2 separate fragrances. I didn't put the names on the fragrances because I didn't want the names to sway or have an influence of what they thought about the fragrance. So instead of putting the names down, I put numbers from 107 to 112. And then that way, you just tell me which fragrance out of the 2 I sent you liked the best and what you thought of the other one, and so on and so forth. So I think this was a success because immediately there was some reactions, there were some positive reactions and some not so positive reactions to the fragrances, and my audience was pretty clear as to what they liked. Now, the beautiful thing about being a product tester is you're basically deciding what happens to this product. All of them had to give me their feedback, and then each one had to tell me what they thought. So the winning fragrances that were that had rave reviews. They really loved these fragrances, and they had really good feedback from their coworkers when they went to work. Like they were sniffing them and saying it smelled like cotton candy or it smelled really good and stuff like that. So those naturally are the ones that got to stay. This is what makes product testing wonderful because, I like something, but my audience is like, no, we're not feeling it. And if I always go off of what I like and not think about them, I probably wouldn't have a business. So I really do appreciate their candor and I'm glad I didn't put names. Naturally, I went with the fragrances my audience just absolutely loved. Okay. So the next step in this whole process is within the next few weeks, I will I would add a nice professional label on it, and I'm trying to think of clever names for the fragrances, for the options, and then it will be out to market. Right after I finish running my mouth, you're gonna see the actual footage from one of my testers, and it's gonna be the whole thing played out.
Hi, my name is Sharon Oceanike. I am one of the testers for Rolande's product body oil. I have tester 109 and 110. So I went out of town. I went to a dry area in the US and I thought it was going to be a problem to use this oil. So the first one I'll start with is tester 109, and it was very light. It wasn't oily. It absorbed right into my skin, as you can see. Hope you guys can see it's not very oily. It feels really nice and soothing. Um, I thought it was going to be kind of sticky or filmy or some kind of residue was going to be left because it was so dry and humid where I was, but it wasn't. The only issue that I had with this oil, besides it being great, this particular scent, I wasn't drawn to it. It smelled like very nice smell, but it smelled like it reminded me of Downy, and I'm not a Downy person. That's just me, and so that was my only downfall with the oil. This scent, which is what I was testing, the scent and how it made my skin feel, and so I didn't like this scent. I just don't like smelling like my clothes. That's just me. Sorry. And so then 110, I was in a meeting when I went out of town. Yeah. And this one, when I wore this one, there was a guy on the left of me and a lady on the right of me in the meeting, in the business meeting. And they were both sniffing me, like literally. It was kind of eerie at first. And so each one of them said to me sometime during the meeting, "What is that scent that you're wearing?" I said, "Oh, that's my oil. That's a body oil. A friend of mine, she's using me as a tester and she makes wonderful products, and I did give you a plug. And so you might get some customers from it." But anyway, I was telling them that I was doing this as a plug for you, I was being a tester for you. And they said they love the scent. And guess what? I do too. This was it for me. It was, again, as I said earlier, the oil is great. It didn't leave any film. It was very nice and soothing and smooth. It made my skin feel so soft. And the smell was perfect for me. So 110 is for me, Rolanda. Loved it. Thank you for allowing me to do this for you. Please let me know if I can do anything else for you. This was great. Have a great weekend, guys. Can't wait to see the end results of all this testing. I'm excited for you. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful day.